Hi everyone, it's Kim here with Card Creations by Kim.blogspot.com, and a friend of mine called. She's having her 50th birthday party and asked if I would do her birthday invitations. I was very excited about that. That's pretty cool. And she's having a luau, not necessarily luau, but like a Hawaiian theme. So I started looking through my cartridges, and the one that popped out the most was Life is a Beach. And went through my stamps. I was actually trying to find a hibiscus, which is the Hawaiian flower. I couldn't find a hibiscus flower, so I picked something that was similar. I went through my paper thinking, oh, I gotta have Hawaiian paper, but because she has 25 invitations, I didn't have enough, so I kind of made my own. Let me show you what it looks like. I used the Michael's Recollections craft cardstock, a layer of cream colored cardstock that I did my own stamping on, and then this is from Life is a Beach, all of this actually, and I'll get into the details in a second. This as well, and then whoops, I did the inside. So let's get started on the card because look at all the stamping that I've done. I was going to change the map for the video, but I figured you all do cards, you understand. So cut this at 3.5. Now, I got to show this to you because it's going to be hard to explain. This is on page 48. This is the cut. It's the layers cut that goes with the straw, the lemon, and the umbrella. But I didn't want it to be all the same color. So I cut this out in some basil. It's kind of got a shiny texture to it, which is fine. But then I had to cut 25 of these out in yellow, which I ended up getting 25 of all those pieces. So I had to throw those away because I didn't need them. And then the same for the umbrella. I cut it out in this floral paper that ended up all matching up nicely 25 times. And then I had the extra pieces that I tossed. The straw I cut out in a shiny basil. And then that was it. So I actually had to cut everything out over and over again. But you know what? That's okay. It's going to be really, really cute by the time we're all done with it. So I think that's all for the cuts. I'm just going to put it together real quick. Yeah, I felt kind of wasteful, but I had to do it this way. I didn't want to have all, the umbrella and everything else all the same color. So put that on there. And my lemon, and there is a way to put this on that actually works, and that would be that way. Otherwise, the little tick lines and the openings of the lemon don't line up. You'll see the tick lines through it. There we go. And the straw. I did a couple of different things here to make it a little different. The pineapple has tick lines, but I needed it to be more dimension and more color. So I actually just took my Zig Millennium, and it's a brown color, and I went through each line and drew inside the tick line like so. I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it again, but that's how I did the pineapple. Alright, so then I need to make the layer. Oh, I forgot to put the 50 on. Let's do that. And the 50 was cut out at 1.5 inches. And I put that there. And that there. And then I cut out a T at 3/4 inch. And then I cut out the H. and place it right there. So we're going to set that aside while it dries. Nice. Okay, let's go to the paper. I used, this is Color Box. I've had this forever. I'm so glad it didn't dry out because this orange here was perfect. And I inked up, I'm going to bring this over a little bit there. I inked up the flower, put one here, one in the corner, one in the corner here, one down here, and one on the side. Then I believe that's a Recollections stamp. Then I used my Tim Holtz Distress ink, and it's a peeled paint, and I added the leaves. Put that one right there. Then I put my pineapple on top. Now another thing that I did just to kind of give it a little bit more dimension is I used my fingertip distressing tool. I really don't think that's what it's called, but we'll call it that because I can't remember the name. Alright, I'm going to put this sort of at a corner, like so, and then I'm also going to distress the edges. And then it looks really nice against that craft cardstock. Alrighty. And this party symbol is this one here, but I don't want the pineapple on it. So I'm going to cut that pineapple off. It was just too much for the invitation. Very, very cute cut though. Now right here, this A doesn't have a very big hole to it, so I'm going to give it a little bit more by using my tweezers. A hole punch would work just as well. Now what I did was I designed this and I made one, and then I emailed her a picture and she was like, oh, it's so cute. So that's that. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and put this on the front of our card. Get that folded up. Now this craft cardstock is tricky as far as folding it, because if it's not folded the right way, it pops up. And you'll see if you ever use it. Kind of play around with it. Alright, ATG. My squeaky ATG. Sure wish they would come out with a smaller version of this. It's awfully big, but I really, really like the 3M tape that's in it. There we go. And there's the front of the card. Alright, so let's get another piece, and this is going to be for the inside. And again, I'm going to stamp one here, stamp one here, get the leaves, and put one here and one here. And then this is my invitation stamp. I've had this for a long time, but I'm 99% sure it is a Fiskars stamp. And what I did here was the actual stamp set came with the You're Invited, this thing here that has where they could write, you know, who the party's for and the date and the time and everything. And it came with a couple of other stamps as well. So if you're looking for that, it's not just these two in that set. It's, and I know Michael still has it. So I've got some black Memento ink, inking up my stamp pad, and I'm using this Fiskars stamp device because it seemed to be working. I tried a couple of different methods, and this one seems to be working the best as far as being able to line it up and really punching it down so that it's even. Just like that. And the saying is, walk it, don't rock it. There you go. And then this is going to go on the inside. Just like that. Now I did one extra thing that I thought she would like. This is my envelope. And I got my orange out. And I just put a small one right there on the envelope. Just kind of added a special little touch to it. Alrighty, you know, that is it. And it is ready to go. I have 25 of them here. How exciting, right? Look at all this. It's a big job, but it's going to be fun. Alright, everybody. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.